so he had to sort of dodge out of the way, if you like. Lap 16 of 22, and it's still O'Halloran that leads here. Around Coppice corner, and now up towards Maggots again. Yamaha now, with Kyle Ryde up into second place. Tommy Bridewell in third, fourth now for Brooks, who's just dropped back after that moment into Aintree corner. Then there's number 4 still there, yes, Jack Kennedy.
Yeah. Whatever happens, this is a good run from Kennedy.
Big gap behind Leon Haslam. Back to 8th place is Glenn Irwin then. Last year's treble winner here has moved up into 5th place with that move.
Yeah, very impressive on the Honda. Won 3 times round here. Coming back, first time out on the bikes. It's a really bad injury. Riding very sore here last year. Nobody expected it. He didn't expect it. Won all 3 races.
Yeah, it was
impressive.
Unbelievable. Really, really was. Bit of a gap behind there. 3rd place, Tommy Bridewell. Brooks has moved up into 4th place, but the gap he's got to try and close.
That's Christian Eden on the number 50 Oxford Products bike. Yeah, well, the retro paint job didn't help.
No, not a happy anniversary, unfortunately, for the Oxford Products racing team. And well, he's got it going again. I don't know what happened there. It's like he hit the kill switch or something.
I think, well, that was him turning it off and turning it back on. I don't know, maybe some electrical glitch there.
O'Halloran still it is that leads. Are they just biding their time, waiting for these laps to tick by? We're about to start lap 18 of 22.
Yeah, so with 5 to go, you're not just sitting back if you're in 4th, or if you're behind 3rd now, you're not just sitting back, because you're going to still get forward to anywhere near the front.
Pit boards out for the top 2. Just a few laps remaining, of course, on this short circuit. Further back there is Danny Kent, Andrew Irwin, Ryan Vickers is number 7. Here comes Kyle Ryde and he leads. He's made his move and he goes through on Jason O'Halloran, so he's pounced.
Yeah, well, he's got to think he can have a go at this. Must think he's got a little bit of tyre left. Let's see the lap times now from Kyle Ryde. Can he take a couple of tenths off? Because I think that's all it's going to take down here.
Is Tommy Bridewell going to be able to have a say in this as well? He's the man in 3rd place on pole. This was the move. Just seemed to have so much more corner speed on the approach to Maggots.
Yep, really good line out of Copse, that.
So, he got the drive out of Copse and he leads. And now Tommy Bridewell wants to go through on Jason O'Halloran as well. He's closing down on that Beer Monster Ducati. Can he make the move into turn 1? He's in the slipstream now with the McCams Yamaha, but you've got to make a clean move into Copse corner. Just a couple of laps to go. And now all of a sudden, James, it's Kyle Ryde that looks comfortable out front.
Yep.
Towards Maggots. And now Beckett's in Aintree corner. Kyle Ryde, number 77. Is he going to get off to winning ways?
Kyle Ryde has definitely got the paces at it all weekend. He's been near the top of the timesheets. Actually, an untimed qualifying in FP3, which doesn't count towards anything. He was quickest under the lap record into the 52s. He just needs to be clean. Look how late his apex is there. Look, really late. Even later than O'Halloran's, and that slingshots him between Brooklands and Luffield.
Have a little tip off at Brooklands earlier on in qualifying.
Yeah, but only because he said he was pushing really hard because he knew it had been a good lap and he thought he could get pole. He understood why it happened. If you know what it's like, you've raced, when you're pushing on and you know why the crash occurred, it's easy to put it to bed and not think about it again.
Tommy Bridewell up into 2nd place. Yeah. He's top of the top speed charts and he's now up into P2.
No surprise there for the Ducati. The Ducati is a quick bike. The Ducati is a V4, if you didn't know, configuration compared to a straight across the frame fall for everything else. The only difference other than that is the Yamaha runs a really weird firing order. It's called a cross-plane crank, because if you look in the end of the crank, all 4 big end journals that form a cross.
There is Leon Haslam. He's moved up ahead of Jack Kennedy, and this is how it would look on the grid for tomorrow's race 2. Kyle Ryde would be on pole from Bridewell and Kennedy.
And did you see, Tommy Bridewell didn't want to sit behind and waste any more time behind O'Halloran. He's seen Kyle Ryde and he realises what Kyle Ryde's doing. Kyle Ryde is going to have a push. He's going to drop the times if he can a little bit, and he has done. So, yep, the fastest man on track last time, Tommy Bridewell, 53.4. That's his fastest lap. Good effort from Tommy, this.
Yeah, there's 2 laps to go, and it's going to be either Ryde or Bridewell. Looking at this right now from O'Halloran in the 3rd and fellow Australian Brooks in 4th. Can Tommy Bridewell get close enough to make a move on Kyle Ryde and try and take glory? Glenn Irwin then going a bit wide, but Haslam and Kennedy just behind them. On the approach now down to Brooklands, and Tommy Bridewell is closing in, James.
Yep, Tommy really pleased with the front end of that Ducati. He says transition from getting on the brakes and releasing the brakes and turning it in is very good. He's going to need that because I think it's going to be a front kind of end heavy up the inside on the brakes, kind of passive it's going to come. The good thing for Tommy is the bike's probably got the speed to put himself in a position to do that.
We start the final lap of the first race in 2023 then. It's Kyle Ryde that leads, but it will be +0 on his pit board with Tommy Bridewell then. Where can he make his move?
End of the straight, it's got to be the end of the straight.
He's not close enough to do it into Aintree, so he's going to have to get good drive now, James, onto the back straight.
That's what he's concentrating. Just look at Tommy Bridewell going for a really late apex. Has he got? It's all right.
Close enough though, does he? But can he? He's got some speed underneath him on that Ducati, but it doesn't look close enough.
I don't think it is.
Down towards Brooklands we go. Tommy Bridewell inches closer, but not close enough. A squeaky clean final sector here for Ryde, and it's in the bag.
I think so. I think if he doesn't make a mistake now, it's his.
The checkered flag is ready and waiting. Tommy Bridewell just not quite close enough. And barring any major dramas here for Ryde, he comes around Woodcote Corner. He has a bit of a slide, but he's got it. He will stand on the top step. He wins the first race of 2023. It's Ryde from Bridewell, and Josh Brooks is back on the podium with his new team on the FHO Racing BMW Motorrad. Excellent for him. He must have just pinched that from O'Halloran on the last lap.
Yeah, brilliant that.
Further down the order then, we've got Irwin in 5th. That's Glenn. That's Leon Haslam 6th. Kennedy 7th, excellent ride from him.
Yeah, good effort.
Andrew Irwin late on had a charge. He moved up into 8th ahead of Danny Kent, with Danny Buchan in 10th place. So, Kyle Ryde, well, we knew that he was fit coming into this. He's always loved Silverstone. He was always going to be in the mix.
Yeah, he was. He's won here before. He loves the place. He's got big mid-corner speed. That's really one of the advantages of the Yamaha as well. So I think good combination there. It's not always indicative of what's going to go on throughout the season, but honestly, we've all known for years that Kyle's got enough talent that he could probably turn it on anywhere if everything's right.
There's his dad, Sean, delighted. His new manager and former BSB champion, Tommy Hill.
Yep.
And he will love every second of that. He had to spend a lot of time in the shadows of his good mate and teammate Bradley Ray in 2022.
Yeah, and I think that was harder than he's letting on, being across the garage from somebody who was having the season of his life to that point. You know, it's been hard for Kyle. Brilliant ride that.
Fantastic stuff. And so with the new point system, he'll take 18 points.